Guys, Aaron C here today, coming at you again today. Another go-to video. So today I'd like to talk about Chuck Berry. So if you're a rock and roll fan, it is virtually impossible to not cover Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry had his own thing going on, his own particular style back in the 50s, and still quoted today, even in his songwriting. So a lot of different things. So let me dive right into that today. So, a couple things. Okay, so we got the rhythm side of Chuck Berry, we got the lead side of Chuck Berry. Okay, so on the rhythm side, really into the whole rock riff thing. Okay, so what we're doing is we're essentially, say I started on the G. Okay, we're taking a G power chord. First finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Okay. So the other note is my 4th finger is going to come down on the 7th fret of the 5th string. And that works well. And basically if I go down to the 5th string, I can do the same thing. Your root note is wherever your 1st string is. Because there's no open strings, these are all movable shapes and patterns. Palm mute in there, which is where you basically put the heel of your hand right over where your strings come over the bridge. Just like that. Okay, whether you want to do it fast. Okay, alright, so that's one of the most common ways. That's more on the rhythm side. Now, as far as a lead, okay, so you need to identify where your short chords are. The short chord would be, for example, the 4th-string F, okay? All right, so he did more sliding into notes, not so much bending. Okay? Okay, so for that lick, we have our first, off the G, we have our 1st finger on strings 1 and 2 in the 3rd fret. We have our 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. That 3rd finger slides up to the 7th fret on the 3rd string. And then we have strings 1 and 2 on the 3rd fret. And that last lick right there would be strings 2 and 3, 3rd finger on the 5th fret, and strings 2 and 3 with 1st finger in the 3rd fret. In a fast setting, okay, or he even takes strings 1 and 2 in, okay, and even that, okay, where he would take the 3rd finger on the 5th fret 2nd string, 4th finger on the 1st fret, 1st string 6th fret, sorry. Okay, so that was just a very standard Chuck Berry way of doing things. So, with those things being said, that is not everything he ever did, but that is kind of a simple go-to guide when dealing with Chuck Berry. Was big on Gibson hollow bodies, more of a 335 type style, Fender amps, those sort of things, old tube amps, but keep in mind when he started out, you did not have the selection that you have today of guitars, amps, effects, and so forth. Okay, so those are all things you have to keep in mind when researching any old rock and rollers, any of those guys, is the technology that we have today where we have amp modeling and all of those sort of things which are readily made available were not always the case back then. So you always need to keep that in mind while when you start doing that, is sometimes that may have been a cool sound, but you don't know what they had to do. What type of reverbs they have available, and recording technology was not what it was, where you couldn't just go in there and stack track after track after track like you could today, and just kind of and let alone in your own home off of Pro Tools, off your Mac or whatever it is you have at home. So your smartphone even. So anyways, those are just little things you got to keep in mind. So thanks for stopping by today. Once again, my name's Aaron C. Feel free to message me, contact me. Love to hear from you. Subscribe to my page here, my channel. Feel free to give me hit me up, and I'd love to talk to you about Skype lessons if that's what you'd like to do. Anyway, so thanks for stopping by. Talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.